From the top of the Silver City Ballroom, it's the Dirty Laundry Show with Joey Clifton and the Meatball.
So you people laugh here. Some of you think I'm a little cuckoo.
When are you people going to stand up for us?
I do not feel safe. I take that as a threat.
So let's talk about the library.
Yeah, but they can't.
Don't make me make any excuses just yet.
No, you're full of shit.
You're full of shit.
No, listen.
He comes running out of the woods with a flamethrower, dude.
Whole life out here enjoying the journey.
Sometimes I cannot help myself. I just tell people that they're stupid.
We like to call him Ninjalito.
That's his fame.
Hello, Joe.
This was the largest event held on the green. My estimates were 4,000 plus. Others said there was at least close to 5,000 people.
Wow, that's fantastic.
You want to get into it? Let's get into it.
Good afternoon, Meatball.
How are you? How are you?
Hey, I can't even see you on the screen.
Why?
There you are. Now I got you.
Technical difficulties?
No, it's just I'm playing around with the cameras.
Yeah?
And that's the far view, and all I see is myself. I don't see you, but you're okay, because you're there.
I am.
Yes.
My mind's here.
All right, so this episode, hold on here one second. I got to get a little bit more in my headphones. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Staying cool?
Yeah.
Staying powered up?
So I guess after last week, everybody says they can't hear the air conditioner.
Good.
So we're going to run the air conditioner because I got a couple of complaints last week.
What?
Somebody said they didn't like the shirt I was wearing. So.
Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah. So here's, I dressed up a little nicer. What?
I don't know.
Somebody said they didn't like the color of your bandana. It was gang colors.
What gang? What gang wears pink bandana?
I'm not sure. The other thing is I moved my camera a little bit further back because
that
somebody.
One?
Well, no, this one right here.
This one?
Yeah. Somebody was saying that they could see the beads of sweat, and they said I was very angry last week. Like I was really angry, and they thought.
Do you think the sweat has something to do with it?
Well, I think maybe the combination of like
the sweat and the anger.
No, like we were getting back into things again.
Right.
And it was hot in the studio, and I was sweating, so I was passionate. And
it's always hot in the studio because we lit.
Yeah, we're lit. All right, so this episode is going to be very special.
It's already special.
It's our 50th episode. 50. 50th. Do you believe that?
Mm-hmm. I believe it. We're awesome.
Yeah.
We're spitting the truth. People get upset. They're raging. This is good.
Holding people accountable.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, like, we go back and forth. Well, I go back and forth all the time with you on
about
the future of the show. So, in other words,
the future of the city is the future of the show.
Which is what?
Toilet. I mean,
huh?
What?
Huh?
I didn't say nothing.
The future of the city. Well, no, we started the show because we wanted to hold people accountable for their actions, right?
Not me. I'm just here to just tag along and.
Huh?
I was just here to tag along and do some goofy stuff.
No, come on now. We, well, you know what? It started because
we're past holding people accountable. The city sucks.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
That's where you are.
Right.
All right. Well, then maybe we should switch gears and do more entertainment.
We already entertaining.
Huh?
That's why we have so many listeners. They're like, love our banter going back and forth.
Well, we have 9 right now.
Cracking jokes.
Right. Well, no, I think, we were talking about a couple of different things, right?
Like what?
Well, I was talking with you before about maybe now that we got the nice cameras and we got really good lighting and people could see every bead of sweat off my forehead, maybe we bring the studio downstairs into the ballroom,
right,
and do more of a TV show setup. So we could do the couches, we could do the desk, we could have
bar,
we could have the bar, we could have the interview. We'll have somebody to interview. Maybe we have a musical guest and do more of like a Tonight Show type style with segments. And
we don't have guests. What kind of guests? Who do you want to get in?
Who do I want to get in?
Mm-hmm. It's our 5-0, so we're.
I personally think, look, one of our one of our favorite places to go is O'Brien's, right?
Right.
We used to go to O'Brien's, this little local bar in Wallingford, because
Tracy,
the bartender is the best bartender in the Tracy section of Wallingford, and they have open mic night. And I thought, well, maybe it would be cool to have somebody, because of right now with the pandemic and everything else, they're not doing the open mic night. Everybody has to social distance. Well, we've got a gigantic, like 5,000 square foot ballroom.
Right.
Right. So if it's just me and you and an artist, we're socially distanced. Maybe we have an artist each week from the open mic.
So kind of like the Infinity series we did.
Yeah, kind of, just to kind of promote themselves. And you know what? That could open it up to, we could even have like we could have a DJ or something that, you know, wants to do a DJ set for like 5 minutes or something. I don't know. It opens it up.
Ideas are there where you can implement them. Right. Well, everything seems to be working fine.
Yeah.
Audio, video, visual. We get less equipment, but more possibilities here. So
less equipment, but more possibilities.
We don't have those big boards anymore.
Oh yeah. Well, you can't really see on my far away shot here. It's not. It's pretty clean. You got some empty desk there. You should be like a real good sidekick and like be having paper and write stuff down.
That's like the only show I didn't bring any paper and I don't have any notes.
Yeah, why? Oh, this episode, right? Well, that was, all right, so that was the other thing I was going to get to.
What's that?
So I think with moving the show downstairs, having a musical guest each episode, and, you know, not necessarily just a musical guest, we could have a regular guest too. So if you want to be on the show for whatever reason, I mean, you got to have a reason. You can't just be... I
want to be on the show.
You can't just be Karen from Meriden that wants to be on the show. I suppose you could, but if you have a reason, if you're somebody and you want to get your message across, email us at dirtylaundryct@gmail.com, or you can message us through our Facebook page. Tell us why we should have you on the show. We'll have some guests. And also, if you're a musician and you want to do one or two songs on the show, email us also, dirtylaundryct.
What about politicians? Do you want politicians
gmail.com. dirtylaundryct@gmail.com. What?
Do you want politicians to email you?
You know what? Politicians are fine because, you know what? I personally enjoy, you know, you get very wrapped up in the whole national politics and everything that's going on, whether it's defunding the police. Well, whether it's defunding the police, whether it's the pandemic. There's a lot of national issues that really affect everybody. And from what I could tell, you're either one way or the other. There's nobody in the middle. And I personally think I'm in the middle. I agree with both sides on a bunch of different things. So I would definitely like, political guests, because we can have a conversation with them. And
yeah, but it has to be somebody well articulated.
Well,
it can't be any dummy just towing party lines, because that's freaking. We can see that on the news.
Yeah, but aren't all the politicians pretty articulate? I mean, except for Blumenthal, he's not very articulate.
No comment here.
Why? Well, I know what you're gonna say. Well, anyway,
right?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much everybody. I still want to do the dirty laundry bits because I think it's important to call people out on their bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, but other than that, the show comes across as us bitching and complaining too much.
I don't bitch. I'm always just quick with a line, funny, good looking.
Well, that's why this episode is in your hands. Except I have the binge watch this thing coming up later on. I have a dirty laundry bit. Other than that, this is your episode, Meatball. It's all you. Whatever you want to talk about.
The episode where I didn't bring any notes or anything because I thought it was going to free fall and going back and forth.
Right, exactly. That's the episode, exactly.
This is a great episode. We can talk about the police defunding and the lack of power around the town.
Okay.
Because it's getting hot sleeping, you know.
All right.
You gotta drop trow and stuff.
So Eversource. So anybody not from Meriden or in the area, Eversource is our local utility company.
They're actually pretty big because I was looking at their website looking for stuff. They're all of New England.
Yeah, they're huge. They're the largest one in New England.
Right. They cover so much area.
Sorry, I gotta keep wiping this.
People are gonna be complaining. You look fancy. You have a watch on on a chain. You check the time on air.
Oh, on here?
No. From your pocket.
I don't have a watch.
Flip it open and look what time
No,
it is.
you know what? You should get me one of those like Flavor Flav clocks.
We can make you one.
And then you could see it the entire time, and I just have to lift it up to look at it.
You want the Eiffel Tower chain?
The Eiffel, yeah. Yeah, exactly. All right, so Eversource is our local utilities company. Places like the neighboring town of Wallingford, they have their own electric company. They make their own electric. We don't have that luxury, so we're stuck with Eversource. They're the only ones around.
We have the screw.
Oh, yes, the Archimedes screw.
Yeah, let's keep on screwing everyone.
Why don't you explain to people that aren't from here what our screw that generates power is?
It's basically a screw located on a dam over a local pond, so when the water goes down, it turns the screw, and the screw is supposed to generate power.
Wow, that was really good. Wait.
Thank you.
I'm going to do a visual. So here's the river, right? Well, it's more of a lake. And here's the screw, and the screw rotates. And it takes the water and it does something with it and it makes power.
Yeah.
Right?
Close enough.
I like your explanation better.
Thank you.
So why isn't our electric a little bit cheaper? Because of the Archimedes screw.
That's a great question for local politicians that have been selling all these constructions, all this weird stuff.
Yeah.
Screws, not screws, working, they're not working.
Right.
The company that owns it is suing the city now. So how did that deal work out? American politicians.
Good question. All right, so here we are now. Tropical storm blows through on Tuesday, blows out the power.
What's the name of the tropical storm?
Isaias.
Wow.
Isaias.
You practiced, no?
Yeah, I did. I
nice.
did. No, well, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. So we've complained for years in Connecticut that our electric company, Eversource, the delivery fee is higher than your usage fee, which is it's crazy. And people were putting memes up on Facebook of the pizza delivery guy and saying, well, if your pizza is $10, the delivery fee is $20, you owe us $30. And it's pretty much the same exact thing.
Right.
So we had a nice protest last week over there at Eversource in Berlin, their headquarters. And a couple politicians showed up. Blumenthal was there. And now we have this storm, tropical storm, on Tuesday. Blows out like 700,000 people.
The winds were crazy.
In the state of Connecticut. Yeah, I know. I meant to actually. I forgot to upload my video of the winds. But you know what? Pretty much everybody in the tri-state area got the same winds. North Jersey really got the rain really bad. Connecticut didn't really get the rain. We got the wind. And actually, I even have my cabana on my deck in the backyard.
You had a cabana on your backyard.
I had a cabana. And, I mean, I usually have to replace the top of it like every other year because of a windstorm or whatever. But this one, I swear, I was like, you know what? It's not going to hit us. It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and there was no wind. There was no rain. It was humid.
Another BS report from the weather people.
Right. Meanwhile, my family in Jersey's like, are you kidding me? It's been doing this all day. Well, 2 o'clock hit, and, man, we had, you know, gusts up to 70 miles an hour, I think were the most that we ended up having.
It looked nice going out, looking out at the wind and the trees.
It looked nice.
And all the garbage floating by.
So, anyway.
It was nice.
This was barely a tropical storm. I think it was 70 mile an hour. You know, if it goes down below 75, it's just a, whatever.
Right.
So, anyway, it was a very small tropical storm. But meanwhile, it knocked out power to 700,000 people in Connecticut. And here we are. That was Tuesday. This is Thursday night. Most people still don't have power.
Right.
So the question that's going around with all the politicians, back in 2011, was it? Yes, 2011 was the big winter storm that we had in October that most people in Connecticut were without power for a good 7 to 11 days.
Right.
And it was pretty bad. So after that, Eversource hiked its rates up, got more money, and they've been cutting down trees throughout the entire state. And we always talk about this. If you go up 91, you used to not be able to see the other side of the highway.
84 is the same way.
Right. If you're going north, you couldn't see the southbound side because all the trees, they cleared them out. I mean, there's no trees anywhere.
Right.
I mean, the Merritt Parkway, obviously, Hutchinson Parkway, a lot of trees, but they cleared them back like a good 20, 30 feet. And they've just been spending all this money through the years, cutting down all the trees, making sure that wouldn't happen again. Okay.
But during 2011, it was winter, it was slippery, it was sleet.
Right.
You would see a lot of crews working on stuff, cleaning trees and fixing power.
Right.
I haven't seen anything.
Well,
and I was driving all over the state for the past 2 days.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I'm getting at. So what ended up happening was this was the 4th largest power outage in Connecticut. There's actually more people without power now than during Hurricane Sandy, which I think was at least a Category 2, if not a 3.
But somebody could make an argument that people never had the power to begin with.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, so everybody, all of the politicians, most of them, are questioning, okay, first you got Eversource with their rate hikes. Then you got Pura, who's the regulatory committee that regulates how much the electric companies are allowed to charge or whatever. Right. So there's all these investigations going on from last week. Now there's new questions as to, okay, all the money that you got to, firm up your infrastructure so 2011 doesn't happen again. What'd you really spend the money on? Did you really spend it on what you said? Well, we obviously know that they spent it on tree cutting because all the
most
trees
of the work
gone.
was done by the state, though.
Yeah.
That wasn't Eversource doing that.
Well, one of Eversource's spokespersons was on the news this morning, and they asked him. They said, with all the tree cutting, how did this happen again? And the guy goes, well, it's not something that you just do it all and then you're done with it and then it's good. He goes, we have to come back every 5 years and keep up on it and cut trees.
Yeah.
How fast does a tree grow? Does a tree grow in 5 years tall enough to block your power lines?
No, but they want to increase rates every 5 years, so then you have an excuse or something. But that's similar to local politics. Remember where our streets were flooding?
Yeah.
And what was the public works guy said? Well, people are not clearing the grates.
Yeah. It was the people's fault for not clearing the storm drains.
Right.
That's why the streets were flooding. Well, so anyway,
some things never change.
Well, talking about local politics, like today, also on the news, a bunch of city leaders met. I think they met up in Vernon, and they pretty much had a press conference saying, "You know what, Eversource, you dropped the ball.
It's not Eversource's fault."
Well, no, this is specifically Eversource.
No.
We're not talking about the linemen. Because everybody right away, hey, don't bitch about Eversource, the lineman. My dad's a lineman. He climbs the poles in the wind.
Well, that's the same thing with the police thing.
Nobody is talking about the employees of Eversource. We're talking about the corporation, the monster, the system that is Eversource, okay? We all appreciate what all the linemen do. They work their asses off. They're out there in dangerous weather.
Why do you hate them so much?
We got it. No, I don't. Stop.
It's in with the police.
Yeah.
You criticize police. Why do you hate police so much?
I don't hate police. Stop making rumors. I don't hate police. Anyway, so nobody's talking about that. We're talking about the corporation and the CEO that makes $400 million a year, Judge, or whatever the hell his name is. And
well, the corporation is a monopoly, basically, because we can't have a bunch of different lines running down the street.
Right.
It was the government's responsibility to offer the oversight of the rate hikes and what they spend their money on.
Right. And
apparently, the government doesn't give a crap about people. Again, so
well, the state allowed it to happen. I mean, they let it happen.
So let's not go to Berlin and stand in front of their headquarters. Let's go to Hartford. Let's march on Hartford with banners blocking highways.
Look at you, Mr. Antifa, getting in on the action.
That's not Antifa.
I got you. Yeah. It's anti-fascism.
What, the electric power?
No, you.
Oh, okay.
Especially with your colors.
Yeah, the pink mafia.
So anyway. So all of these guys got together and women up in Vernon, did a press conference. You had city managers from different towns. You had mayors. You had city council members. Where's Meriden? Why wasn't anybody from Meriden there? Or does Meriden? I haven't seen.
Meriden's answer is like, what can we do about it?
Right.
Let's worry about parking on the grass.
Well, and you got to give credit, like the Parks and Rec department, the town workers, the guys that are clearing the trees, excellent job, and
Right.
nobody is complaining.
Good job, Parks.
Yes, nobody is complaining.
I know
about,
the city hall's not going to do a resolution acknowledging your hard work, but here at the Dirty Laundry, we acknowledge your hard work.
Right. We appreciate city workers' hard work cutting the trees down and clearing the way for Eversource,
Right.
who apparently isn't showing up because they're waiting. And that's some of the city managers were saying that. They're saying, you know, we talked to Eversource. They said that they'll be here tonight at 6 p.m. So we made sure all of our city workers cleared all the trees, made sure there was nothing in the way.
Right.
So Eversource could come in and do their job and get the power on. And they never showed up.
But didn't you get a notification that the crew was hitting your street?
Oh, yeah. And the outage map. You go on the outage map,
Yeah.
and it shows my neighborhood as no problems. Meanwhile, my neighborhood hasn't had power.
But you got an email that says the crews are on your street
Right.
to fix your power.
Yeah.
And there was nobody there.
Right. I got the text messages. Somebody did say that they did see Eversource trucks. All of Queen Street in Southington has no power. All of those businesses in Southington have no power. And somebody posted a picture of the Eversource truck sitting in the parking lot just waiting.
But Meriden one step ahead. We didn't have any businesses to begin with.
Yeah.
See,
Okay.
smart.
So anyway, it's the lack of communication between Eversource and the community leaders and the customers and
also
everything
local
else.
community leaders, right?
Right.
But obviously, their answer is what we're supposed to do about it.
Well, you know what? One of our counselors thought to say, hey, you know what? There was a lot of trees down in South Meriden.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of people don't have power. It took a lot to get me out of there.
Mm-hmm.
But then he went over to the golf course, the failing golf course, and took pictures of all the trees and made sure he told which trees were down at which holes. And hopefully by tomorrow, you know, people that are walking could play golf.
Priorities.
And
that's why I love this town, because the people are dumb.
Well, you know what?
Even in charge.
He just didn't have to say anything. He could have just kept his mouth shut like most counselors do.
Why would a counselor complain to Facebook about a municipal golf course? Isn't he in charge of it?
Well, he's not complaining to Facebook.
Why post the pictures of all the
Because
trees
he's
down?
on the golf committee, isn't he?
But what's the point? I don't get the point. You're the counselor. You're responsible for cleaning it up. Why are you going crying to Facebook?
I just
Go
wish...
pull some strings and get it cleared.
I understand. It's a business. Okay? I get it. But
that Violi's thing.
I would have rather have seen pictures of South Meriden with the trees down because I'm not driving over there to see it. You're a counselor. It's your neighborhood. Take some pictures of the town. I don't want to see pictures of a tree down at a golf course. Who gives a crap about the golf course?
Is the golf course even in South Meriden? So it's not
No,
in his
it's not.
district?
It's not. Wait, what were you just saying? You were just saying something.
Violi's.
Yeah, what happened with that? That's the restaurant at the golf course.
The municipal golf course.
Right.
And the city just granted them some kind of relief from paying rent, which basically screws over all other restaurants that are struggling in the city.
Yeah.
By giving the competition legs up.
Yeah.
So is there any relief for other restaurants in the city since we're passing out money?
Well, when the city owns the property that the restaurant's on, they could give them.
And where's that money coming from? I thought the budget was all tight, figured out, pinching
coming
pennies.
from us. It's our money.
No, but where was it in the budget? So there's a slush fund or some kind of money
fund.
like that
Hey,
people don't know?
You're getting on the complaining.
I want to
thing.
know where the money's coming from.
You're getting on the complaining, and you're.
I want to know where the money's coming from.
Your pop filters.
So we were tight.
Your pop filter's raising.
Pop.
It's raising.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting higher and higher.
Good.
No, it's not good.
Why? Because I'm compassionate about the stuff I speak?
No, because it blocks your whole face.
I just want to know where that money comes from that the city seems to find when they need it. But when they need it for services for people, there's no money.
Yeah. I don't know.
I thought we had counselors and everyone making sure that crap doesn't happen.
I guess not. You ready for this?
Yes.
Dirty laundry.
Dirty laundry.
Hey, I got a little delay there.
Wow.
Hold on.
It didn't come as loud as I expected it.
Dirty laundry.
It's not loud enough for you?
No.
Dirty laundry.
Yes.
Is that better?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I gotta read this. And
You
I don't
got
have
a
my glasses
notepad.
on. I have a notepad because
He's a nerd.
No. So this week's dirty laundry segment.
Yes.
I got an email from a woman,
Uh-huh.
and she wanted to be anonymous.
Anonymous woman.
So we're going to call her Sharon.
Mm-hmm.
Although, after you read the email, it could be Karen. But we're going to call her Sharon for right now. All right? So this has to do with all our information last week having to do with the pandemic and how you could call 211.
Somebody's yelling outside.
Yeah, I guess. How you could call 211 and complain if you saw things that shouldn't be happening. Okay?
Or like a local snitch line.
Right. It's a local snitch line. It's not the one by our police. So Sharon writes, I was invited to a birthday party last Saturday at Joseph Bianca Ballroom in New Britain. You ever been there? You're a New Britain guy.
Yeah.
Is it nice?
Mm-hmm.
That's nice?
It's big.
Big.
I think it was like an old factory that's converted into ballroom, so there's like a lot of floor space. It's huge.
Okay. So she went to this birthday party. I arrived late to find 300 people partying it up. They had a buffet, open alcohol, no hand sanitizer, nobody had masks on, no signage, everyone dancing with huge DJ setup. I left immediately and called 211 because I did not feel safe. After a bunch of prompts, I finally got a person. They told me go online and fill out a complaint form. When I did that, it said, call non-emergency police. So I called the non-emergency New Britain police, and they said, well, we'll see what we can do. And they never came. She writes, 211 is bullshit, and so are the New Britain police. So there you go. That's everybody enforcing the
I think we spoke
rules.
about that last week, where certain towns are now really enforcing to give their own business legs up.
Right.
Which doesn't happen to Meriden. I don't know if it's good or bad, but...
Look, Jim's here. Jim.
Hi, Slim.
Do you have anything to say about that?
I was just on guard because of the snitching talk.
Oh, you heard snitching.
I heard snitching, and I was curious.
Well, that's why I said Sharon could actually be called Karen. But,
Sharon!
But do you think she did the right thing by... I mean, she left. I personally would leave, too. I mean, 200 people is a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
Oh, no, she said 300. 300 people. They fit 300 people in there, Meatball?
Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I would prefer if people, instead of snitching to an authority,
right,
maybe they just shame.
How?
How would you shame?
Well, I mean, you can get enough people together and you can just shame the people who are doing the shameful act.
Shame.
You make no sense.
What?
What do you mean shame? Give me an example. What would you do?
Just get them out in the open and, shame them into, not doing that again.
Well, what do you mean? Like, shame on you.
Yeah.
You're a bad person. What do you mean?
Well, what do you
banish them from the town, right?
Banish them from the town, right? Show up with pitchforks and torches. And,
Send them to the woods.
Send them to the woods.
You are no longer allowed in New Britain.
Why not?
And boy, are you going to be disappointed not being able to go there.
Hey, it'll make it a better place, probably.
No, but you know what? What bothers me more, you know what? You could say, all right, if she didn't feel safe, she could have just left.
Right.
Why is she bitching? Well, it's the same way people are bitching when you're in a store and somebody's not wearing a mask. It's basically that person saying, you know what? I don't give a shit about you. I don't care whether you get sick or not. All I care about is myself. So you could kind of say the same thing about you've got an event with 300. Look, I can only have 25 people. That's what my Board of Health in Meriden told me. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm sticking to because you know damn well if I had more than 25 people in here, somebody's going to call the cops. And our cops will actually respond to a call like that. Apparently, New Britain, they don't give a shit.
They got other things to worry about.
Like what?
I think they're leading in shootings over Meriden, believe it or not.
Well, I think Hamden gets more
shootings. Or just because of proximity to New Haven. I read somewhere there were 40 shootings last month in Meriden.
40?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is not surprising anymore, but whatever.
So what do you do when you call the police and they don't really care and the party goes on and there's 300 people that
nothing.
All you need is one person at that event to it's not like this was in somebody's backyard. This is a business.
Right.
Not following the rules. You see in New York, Cuomo is getting on everybody's case for too many people and dancing and everything.
But they're
else.
so dense over there, though.
Yeah.
The population's so dense.
So what do you do? What do you do when the police don't respond, Jim? Is it because we want to defund them?
Celebrate.
Is it because we want to defund them that they're not going to show up?
Without a mask?
I hope so.
Yeah. So what do you do?
But it's not really a police matter, though.
Well, then you take matters into your own hands and act as a community. Banish them to the woods.
And that's why we end up with Molotov cocktails, right?
What?
Is that what you're saying, Jim?
How do you get from that to Molotov
That's exactly what
cocktails?
you're saying, right? That's what you're saying.
No, that's not what
you're saying. Firebomb the business.
Okay, Joe, that's what I'm saying.
No. But is this really a police matter?
He's not saying firebomb. Do not do that.
Unless it's Starbucks.
Hey.
Hey, what?
Starbucks.
Is it... What were you saying, Meatball?
Is this really a police matter, though? Or shouldn't that be health department matter?
It shouldn't be, but when the website tells you, to call the police,
and then re-snitch on a local level.
I don't know.
I'm nothing I worry about.
Well, it basically means nobody really cares.
No.
I heard a rumor that a local bar in Meriden got the police called on, and they showed up. I think it was Maloney's. I'm pretty sure it was Maloney's. Somebody told me that Maloney's, there were people sitting at the bar, and somebody snitched on them, and the police showed up and basically said, look, guys, you got a beautiful patio outside. Go outside. Stop with the inside with people at the bar, and don't do it again. So I don't know if that's true or not. That's rumor.
Once again, it shouldn't be a police matter. But
All right, what else do you want to talk about, Meatball? What else is in your agenda?
Nothing. I didn't bring any agenda. I was all over the state today.
Doing what?
Doing things. Making moves.
Yeah.
Meatball stuff. Got it going on.
Okay.
Got to make money.
Riveting. Who's online here? We got Apollo. Hi, Apollo. Who else is on there?
Robbie.
Anybody else?
Amy.
Amy.
Yeah.
Amy, I hope you like the shirt better. Better shirt.
That's a nice shirt. Where'd you get that
no
shirt?
Sweating. Marshall's.
I want to get a shirt like that. I'm like a Hawaiian style.
I want to get the hat too. I want to start wearing like cool, weird kind of hats.
I got a cool shirt.
What?
Coast to coast.
Coast to coast.
That's what your sleeve says.
Does it really?
Yeah, what does that mean?
I don't
know. It says dark seas too.
It says dark seas and coast to coast, and it's got mines. It's got like harbor mines. Look at this.
Oh, it does.
Those are explosives.
No wonder it was at Marshall's.
Look at it.
It's palm trees.
No. Up here, look.
Right here.
Right there.
I can't see that.
It's on your collar. Right here on your shoulder. It's a mine.
We'll show.
That's the sun rising.
No, it's not. That's a harbor mine.
Hold on here.
They're trying to pick off some Sandinistas.
That right there?
That's not sun. That's a mine.
Why do you have mine?
That's like a U-boat mine.
All right, stop making... You know what? I'm going to go back to my T-shirts.
You like my T-shirt?
What does it say?
I don't know. The camera's too close, no?
Yeah. Built what?
You got to move your scarf.
Your scarf is in the way. Your face covering. Built like a Mack truck. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, isn't that the truth?
There you go. Jim's built like a falafel.
I feel
Built
like
a falafel.
You're falafel. All right, what else do you want to talk about, Meatball? It's your show. This episode. What else?
Hold on. Let me get my notes.
You wrote notes down? Really? You just said you didn't write any notes down.
I didn't have any paper notes, but sometimes I write my ideas.
Yeah, your ideas.
Right.
I would love to know what's going on in that head.
Hepatitis.
We'll just sit here and wait.
Hepatitis pickles.
Hold on. What? Huh? What's hepatitis? What is that?
Record Journal had an article about somebody making pickles.
And why are they hepatitis pickles?
I think people will figure it out their own.
A pickle maker in Meriden?
Yep.
Oh, see, Jim comes back when he hears hepatitis pickles. It's a great band name, isn't it?
Oh, God, yes.
Hepatitis Pickles.
That's going to be my new band name.
Have you ever made pickles, Jim?
Yeah, I think I have once or twice.
How do you make them?
My mom used to make them.
Well, how do you make them? How do you make a pickle? It's a cucumber.
Well, it's a cucumber
right?
and spices, and it's kind of a canning operation, sort of, a jarring thing, and spices and vinegar and, you know.
Do you boil the jar to seal it so you can keep it for a couple of years?
I suppose you can do that if you're, like, really into making pickles, sure.
So what you're saying is you take the cucumber and you put it in a jar and you put some stuff in there and
Some
you
dill.
leave it.
Vinegar is a
And you
key
leave it?
ingredient.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta soak it with some vinegar and spices.
Dill and garlic.
And then how long do you have to wait?
I'd wait a really long time.
Right.
I think it's like 2 weeks.
You
and
ever
they're good.
have kimchi?
Huh?
Kimchi?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, it's Korean sauerkraut.
Kimchi.
Oh, kimchi. I'm sorry.
Oh yes,
Kimchi.
I've had. Well, no, it's
kimchi.
It's kind of like a spinachy, green leafy type thing, right?
A cabbage.
I think there's different variations on it.
It's like bok choy.
It's fermented.
Right.
Is it very similar to bok choy?
I think they use bok choy.
Which I love bok choy.
Right, I like bok choy too.
Actually,
but they put it in like clay jars and they bury it in the ground.
It's very flavorful.
Let it ferment for years.
Didn't we have that down in Guyana when we went down?
I think we had a version of it.
Or was it bok choy?
I think that was the first time you had bok choy.
Okay.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an interesting restaurant in what was it, the Pegasus, right?
Yeah. Oh, it was
because it was a Swedish chef who moved to Guyana.
Yeah.
So
and he was fish
cooking
all day long.
He was cooking like Caribbean food, like
Fish
with a
mostly.
Swedish twist.
Everything had curry. It was fish every day. It was really good, though. I enjoyed the food. And the pineapple was to die for. I have yet to get pineapple that tasted like fresh pineapple in Guyana.
One day.
Yeah.
Imported, because I think pineapple doesn't just come from like the Pacific Islands originally.
I don't know. I don't know where pineapple comes from.
Okay.
All right. So
from apples.
What were you saying, Meatball?
From pineapples.
You were talking about hepatitis pickles, and then what?
And that's it.
That was it? that was all that was in your notes?
I have some other stuff, but it's more serious topic, like police and all that stuff. And
yeah, we kind of went through all of that stuff.
Right.
All right, so Jim.
So it's a big 5-0.
Your big 50th show is falling.
Yeah, I know. This is the
not
big
falling.
5-0.
This is the relaxed one.
Isn't it exciting?
It's chill.
So when are we getting the power back?
I don't know.
When are the people getting the power back, Jim?
You know what?
Power to the people every day.
The delivery rates are too high.
I am not.
Damn straight. Delivery rates are too high.
I am not waiting for EverSource to turn me on. I'm leaving.
Yeah,
I'll come back once the power's on.
Who are you waiting to turn you on, Joe?
I got places to go. I got places to go.
People to meet.
Yeah, people to meet, places to go. I got options. Is what
You're gonna
I'm
bring your
saying.
shirt to a beach?
I got options. Huh?
You're gonna bring your shirt to a beach?
Maybe I'll bring the show to the beach.
Hey, make sure no one brushes up against your shirt. You may explode.
Well, wait. Here's a question for you, Jim. So when we started the show, we were talking about, excuse me,
Rona.
COVID.
Rona.
We were talking about options for the future of the Dirty Laundry Show.
Right.
And,
I heard that.
And what your ideas on doing more of like not a variety show, but more of like a talk show, like more like Jimmy Fallon, like downstairs, musical guest, maybe regular guest. Not that a musical guest isn't a regular guest, but you know what I mean. Like maybe have a regular guest to talk to, and then have a musical guest and something like that.
And kind of create a space, because you can down there. And you know, make it loungy, make it comfortable.
You can't do anything else with it.
That's right.
And may as well use it while we have it.
Put a stage on one end and couches and desk on the other. And
oh, now you're going with a stage, huh?
Sure, why not?
Actually, do you still have the carpet from, what was her name? What was her name? The Joss Stone carpet.
Joss Stone carpet.
Do you still have that?
No, that got left behind at Infinity
You didn't get
Hall.
that. You didn't get that. Do you have another one? I mean, do you have another?
Well, the Joss Stone carpet actually was purchased at Ocean State Job Lot in Canton. So
I thought it was the flea market down in New Haven. Do you know they're open? They're actually open again, the flea market.
People wearing masks and fleeing around.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
You can buy CDs?
Yeah, I'm sure you can. Does anybody use CDs anymore?
I do.
Do you?
Sure.
All right, what else? I think we're running out of time here.
Robbie wants to know.
Yeah?
What's the best Swedish food in Meriden?
Ooh, Swedish food in Meriden. There's
Meriden?
a good one.
IKEA.
Well, I would say IKEA. I would say IKEA in Connecticut.
IKEA. Go to IKEA. You get the meatballs.
You gotta get the meatballs.
You ever go to the German place in New Britain?
Tiki-taki? Tiki-taki?
No, but my dad really loves that place. And there's like a delicatessen where you can get kielbasa's.
We have one in Meriden.
Oh, yeah?
On the other side of town.
Well, we have a bunch. We've got Philip X.
But that's Polish. No X is more like a Germanish.
Oh,
Yeah.
no X? Oh, is it really?
There's one up in like Springfield or West Springfield.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
the food, at least for me, it's...
I'm a vegan, so...
Yeah.
Back in the day, though.
You're not missing anything.
I had it, you know. At one point
it was just
in my
plain.
life.
Nah, see, I can't give up seafood. I would not be able to. I couldn't give up seafood. I could give up all the other kinds of meat. Like I don't need steak. I don't need beef. I don't need pork. I don't need chicken.
You're turning your back on steak?
I could turn my back on it, but I'll never be able to give up seafood.
You know, I really like. Well, there's nothing wrong with that except the mercury.
Mercury's good for you.
Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury.
But yeah, I kind of feel the same way. And occasionally I do like a clam chowder, like a Rhode Island clam chowder.
Does all seafood have
the
mercury?
The last time I had it, they put bacon in it.
Dude, wait, what did we used to call? We had a name. Me and Jim used to work for a company that did installs, lighting and sound, and the majority of our work were in gentlemen's clubs all throughout the country.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a specific smell to
vanilla,
a dressing room in a strip club. It's the combination of all of the women's perfumes all combined to make it's the same exact smell no matter which dressing room.
That's true.
In which strip club. And
Stetson House.
Weren't we calling it Rhode Island Clam? I think that's
well because of the famous I'm forgetting the name now. What was the club in Providence?
In Providence?
In Providence, yeah. Legs and eggs.
Salad. No. The one that our friend works at. The DJ? The one that got shut down. Foxy Lady.
Foxy Lady.
Foxy Lady. I got it. I know my strip clubs.
And there's one in, or there used to be one in New Bedford as well.
Yeah, dirtiest strip club you ever went to, Jim.
But the most famous, I mean, every porn star knew the place and wanted to dance there.
What's the dirtiest one you've ever been to?
The actual physically filthiest, dirtiest one?
Filthiest, yes. Because we've seen them with the lights on.
Oh, God, I've seen so many.
How about Mr. Happy's in Bridgeport?
Mr. Happy's was a good one, yeah.
But it turned out nice.
Was it next to Screwball?
Stage Door Johnny's.
Oh, Backstage Johnny, right?
Stage Door Johnny's, yeah.
What was the one in Patterson, the Clifton border in Jersey, where they had the steak and eggs in the morning?
Oh, in the meadows there.
Hitching Post.
Hitching Post.
The Hitching Post. No, you're thinking of Stilettos in the meadows.
Oh, Stilettos. Yeah,
Stilettos.
Right.
We know our way. Well, anyway, it was Rhode Island Clam was the smell. That's what we were getting at.
That's really.
You should put a patent on it and try producing.
Yeah.
And call it the Rhode Island.
Produce
Clam.
that smell.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could. All right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Binge watch this. All right, so we've been running into a couple of issues where the videos keep getting flagged for copyright.
Uh-huh.
So you would think that if I'm telling people to watch something, you would think that
they would appreciate your efforts of promoting their show.
Exactly, for free. But the problem is...
What's the problem?
Do you know when you go on YouTube and there's videos, like there's advertisements before that preview?
Yes.
Well, those people paid for those advertisements to show in the beginning of those previews. So by me or somebody else showing that preview without the advertisers get pissed off because they're paying for it. So
okay.
I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
I can kind of see it that way.
So the other thing too is, I wonder if I played the preview with the advertisement, would they still flag it? Well, anyway, what I've noticed was Netflix is pretty cool about it. Hulu's pretty cool about it. Stars didn't like my thing last week, so Stars flagged it.
Right.
So I think for right now, I'm going to just stick with Netflix and Hulu and see how that goes.
You know what Amy just said?
What? I learned it from her.
September 6th.
September 6th on Stars?
The Power's coming back.
Yeah, but, well, I can't talk about it, Amy, because Stars doesn't want me to talk about them.
Unless they pay us money, then we can talk about it.
Right. All right, so our first...
I need a jacket from Stars.
Our first binge watch this, Immigration Nation on Netflix. There's 6 episodes, and we started watching this... My light fell again. We started watching this last night, and I'm going to show you the preview right now. Here you go.
Did it just fall when you said?
Can I see the warrant?
I'm not obligated to show it to anybody. I have a warrant. Trust me, I'm not in here without it.
He knows that he's done. There's no judge for him. Step back from the wall, man. Stop that. What we got?
No movement yet. ICE is sworn to enforce federal immigration law. Copy?
10-4. This is precision policing. We know exactly who we're going after. We're supposed to find them and remove them.
It's old cat and mouse game, and they're good at it.
Take them down.
Police, open the door!
Our job is to, bottom line, protect the public.
¿Lo tienes, niña?
Sí.
It's not gonna be easy.
I'm a dad. Nobody wants to see children hurt.
My dad, he had a work permit, a license.
I mean, for God's sake, this guy's even paying taxes.
Creo que el sueño americano a veces más que todo vuelve una pesadilla.
Yeah, what's up, man?
I don't care what you do, but bring at least 2 people in.
He knew you guys were with me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a pretty stupid thing to say.
The more I have gotten into it, the more complicated the picture has become.
I'll help him out. Yo significa. Es mi trabajo.
Why can't this mom, who's been through hell, just live with her kids now?
If I got them, my life will be complete again.
We're asking the governor to pardon deported veterans here in New Mexico. One signature can correct my life.
I can't tell you how exhausting it is, day in and day out, to be putting cuffs on people, doing exactly what I would do in their situation.
Tenemos un corazón y queremos a nuestra familia.
Cansada. Cansada, pero hermosa.
You're talking about the treatment of tens of thousands of people.
What type of operation is this? You can't tell me?
Abolish ICE! Abolish ICE! This isn't a one-off. This is the new normal.
How could you do that? How could you do this? How could you remove people? As harsh as it may sound, the government didn't hire me for my moral views.
So there you go. So that is...
So the government didn't hire me for my moral views.
No, this is Immigration Nation. And you know what? It will get you extremely angry. I don't know. It'll get you very angry. There's 6 episodes so far. And, you know, one of the most stunning things, I think, when you're talking about defunding the police, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everything that's been going on with retraining them and everything else. There was one scene in one of the... I think the 4th or 5th episode is amazing. Is a really good episode.
Uh-huh.
And there was one scene where I think at the time ICE only had like 5,000 field agents.
Right.
And then once Trump came in, he's like, no, we got to double that. You got to hire like 10,000 this year. So they were showing the training
right.
for the ICE agents. And they had like this video screen with like a scenario with people on it.
Mhm.
And the real person that's training, there's 2 guys that are training that have their guns. And they basically shoot at the screen.
Right.
So this guy goes, pulls a gun out, points it at the officers, and I guess both officers shoot him, right?
Mhm.
It's virtual reality. False. There's a woman in there. So the woman gets up and goes over to look at her husband who was just shot. And the trainer cops or ICE members are saying, hey, woman, get back, get back. So the woman, like, kind of stunned, she picks up the gun, and then she points it at them, and then they shoot her.
Right.
Right? The trainer says, what the hell are you guys doing? Why did you wait for her to point the gun at you? You yelled at her to get away from him, and she didn't. That's when you shoot. You don't wait for her to pick up a gun
They can't do
and
that.
point it at you.
They can't do that.
Well, that's what here you got two training officers for ICE that, in my opinion, did the right thing. They waited for her to point the gun at them. And the trainer is telling them, no, you waited too long. What are you doing?
But that's the whole sentiment in the country. If you don't listen to the police or the commands,
right,
the national sentiment is you deserve to get shot.
Right.
Which is just messed up.
Yeah.
People need to come down a little bit and think about it.
Yeah. So anyway, it's Immigration Nation on Netflix. It goes into the lives of different immigrants in different situations. But the real most amazing thing is they ride along with ICE. And you hear what the higher-ups in ICE, what their job is and how it's just collateral
Those
to them.
higher-ups, they weren't professional.
No, not at all. Not at
They
all.
were like street thugs having that thug,
Well,
we
they
have a
didn't-
badge and we have guns mentality. I don't even want to talk about
Well,
it.
they didn't even. ICE was like trying to block it from being released. Well, what did you think they were doing when they were riding along with you with your cameras?
Right.
Do you think you know what I mean? But it was
just
pretty
came out
shocking.
like they don't know what they're doing and they're just very thuggish and
It was very shocking. So anyway, Immigration Nation, and I'm gonna only do one more.
Mhm.
I got one more, and this is a very special one, especially for Meatball because this is one of his favorite movies. Binge watch this. Here you go.
What the hell?
I'm not gonna say what it is. Ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
There's sheep in this world, and there are wolves in this world. And I know that you two boys are just two weary travelers who lost your way. So, we're gonna clean you up right with a baptism.
I'm more of a baptism by fire type.
Okay.
Come to my wrestling school and become a badass.
That's what he wants to do with the rest of his life.
Yes, it is.
You let a half-naked boy with Down syndrome who has no idea how to get along in this world just slip out from under your nose. You two are close.
We are.
Well, then you'll figure out where he's at and you'll bring him back.
Are you following me? Maybe we could be friends and buddies, bro dogs, and chill. Have a good time.
So the wrestling school's in Aiden?
Yes.
One long road leads all the way down. I'll drop you there then.
I'm looking for a missing person. Have you seen him?
Little man on a lamb. Met your girlfriend back there, Eleanor. 2 bandits on the run.
Oh, yeah!
Rule number 1, don't slow me down. Rule number 2, I'm in charge. Hey, what's rule number 1?
Party?
No, not party.
Zach, you have a young boy with Down syndrome in the middle of nowhere.
All right, well, while you've been doing paperwork, we've been doing something called living. Oh, man!
Tell her I'm gonna give you all of my wishes for my birthday.
I made a promise to him to give him that wrestling school in Aiden.
No, we're not gonna hop on your little raft and cruise around down the river.
Hey, Eleanor, I don't wanna go home.
Oh!
Yeah.
So how far is it?
About that far on the map.
Are your fingers to scale?
Yep.
I think it's time for us to go back now.
We could be a family.
Friends are the family you choose.
Wrestlers got alter egos. You need a name.
Falcon. Peanut butter Falcon!
Peanut Butter Falcon.
Is it a good movie?
Are your fingers to scale?
Yeah. What?
Well, that's a great movie, but you know what? They don't show the parts of him wrestling. Those are like the best parts.
Oh, it's like a Nacho Libre thing?
Well, he turns into like a superhero. It's a great movie. You're going to cry, you're going to laugh. It's really funny, but it's also emotional, and it's good. You liked it.
I didn't watch the whole thing.
No?
Was it like Nacho Libre? I think I skipped the whole like.
Well, it was kind of like that, but
yeah.
it's Peanut Butter Falcon. You can find that on Hulu. It's one-time movie, and it's really good. A lot of celebrities in it too.
We watched it when it came out, and the audio was out of sync, so I just left.
Yeah, no, they fixed that now, and it's on Hulu. We didn't watch it on Hulu when we watched it.
We kind of borrowed it from the internet.
Yeah, we borrowed it. Yeah, exactly. All right, so anything else?
No, that's it.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Our 50th episode is in the bag.
I kind of want to leave this town.
Huh?
I want to wrap the show up.
Yeah.
I want to wrap the show up, pack my bags, and leave the town.
Go to a different show?
Not show.
Go to a different town.
Just go to a different town. Vacation time.
Yeah, but you know what? We can do that. We could do that with the magic of a studio. We could put like, you know, Florida in the background. Well, we'll start by going downstairs and
don't you know somebody in our destination town that has a studio and does a podcast on their own and is a participant in our chat today?
No.
No?
No. Who are you talking about?
Rockin' and Talking.
No, that's not our town.
No?
That's not our town. Yeah, my nephew does a show.
Yeah, we can do his show.
Yeah, Rockin' and Talking. He talks all about music and stuff.
Let's
on
do that.
YouTube. Huh?
Let's do that.
I don't know enough about music.
We can.
Well, I kind of do.
We can
but-
make stuff up.
All right, but I think
She won't know.
I think what we do is we bring all this stuff downstairs in the ballroom, like Jim was saying. We set up the couch. We do interview style. Make it like a Tonight Show. We'll
But
get
we need
local.
electricity back. I don't have any electricity.
We have electricity at the ballroom,
but not home.
Well, we're not doing the show from home. We're
I
doing
need
it from
to
here.
shower and make food and do all this stuff.
I have a swimming pool, and I have a barbecue grill.
Yeah, how does it work?
Yeah, it works great. Yeah, it works really wonderful. Now, all right. Well, I guess that's it.
Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just too hyped up to leave the town.
I gave you your shot, and
I failed. Oh, whoopsie daisy.
You didn't have
typical
anything
Meriden kind of
for
thing.
us.
Everything fails.
Dirty Laundry
I'm not
CT.
sad.
Dirty Laundry CT at gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and if you want to be a guest, email us.
Mahalo.
Mahalo.
That's enough.